Okay, the weather is beautiful. I got the, whoa, why is this so close? Can we zoom out? Man, seems so close. We got the U-Haul. Got a lot of projects we're gonna do, but this is my side of the garage, and I need to get it cleaned. So we are gonna get that and fill this void and get this cleaned up. But the video today that I made, I want to talk about whatnot. So let's get into it. Okay, I think I got it set up right. I've actually never recorded from my iPad before, and I just got this new iPad, so it's windy out there. I thought maybe it was a car coming in the driveway, but so instead of recording from the phone or my GoPro, because I have a problem, my computer downstairs that I have the Filmora on bit the dust. So until I replace the power pack on this, so there's not going to be no editing on this. I'm going to just kind of try to tie this together on iPad and just upload it the way it is. But what I want to talk about, basically, if you guys don't know, my name is Patdees. This channel is a traveling picker. If you're new to it, I am a reseller. I sell primarily on eBay and Amazon, a little bit of Facebook. I've sold on YouTube, and I've been trying to sell and whatnot, but that's been a struggle. I've done 7 or 8 shows. With 2 of them, I've honestly, and this is why I'm making this video, is to kind of talk about I made a video like a week ago talking about kind of, hey, look, I want to buy a van, and I want to sell some excess inventory that I have in buying pallets on whatnot. Didn't do too good this past weekend. So, and I want to basically offer my opinion and some, I don't know, and there's going to be some people that, oh, you're just being negative on it, but I'm just going to give you some honest, how I feel about it. So it really boils down to, honestly, with whatnot, you need a following. You need a following to be successful over there. I don't care, so now are there people that maybe started that didn't have too much of following and they created a following doing it, but me as a full-time reseller and stuff, I can't do 10 shows to lose money. In other words, I can't lose $1,000, $100 a show just to create because that I don't think that really creates a following if you just say you do shows. The people that I see that are successful in doing whatnot have a following. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, and because I don't want people then to say, oh, did you see Patdees over there? He was talking about X and so, or so-and-so, and then they say it wrong, and then that person gets mad. The person don't even go back and watch the video because they go, oh, I don't watch other resellers. I'm not going to see what he said anyways. But yet, people that are negative will run to those people and say, oh, he was saying something. I'm not, that's not what I'm here for. I'm basically here to share my experience, or anybody that wants to try whatnot, and really kind of tell you if I'm going to do any more, or really what I want to do. And, as of today, I'm undecided because it's tough. I started whatnot, and my friend T Auctions for You referred me, and I sold one thing, got her the seller bonus, and I did okay for one show, and it seemed to be that some of the crowd was from when I used to go on with T, that, those people kind of came over. But honestly, I never did a lot of YouTube auctions. I would only maybe do 5 a year, and I haven't done none in over a year. I really don't have nowhere to go. That's the problem, and I never had auctions, really. I did 1 or 2 on my channel, but what I've learned with clouding up your channel, as I would say, with too much stuff, you really can hurt your other videos that you're trying to do. So now, basically every example that I see that has been successful either had a huge YouTube following of at least 30,000, or had a good following on Facebook. They had a group started, they did Facebook auctions or they did YouTube auctions, and some of those people, not everybody, there's people, oh, I'm never going to go over to Whatnot. I like the concept of Whatnot because people pay instantly, you can sell something. What I find, though, is really, unless you're sort of celebrity status, you're not really getting a premium for. There are. I mean, I'm not going to mention names, but I've also seen somebody who has a big YouTube channel that has commented, "Wow, so and so will get this for this, but I can only get this for that," and so that happens. I find that actually sometimes Whatnot, the prices as far as buying are cheaper than buying for eBay. I've bought a couple things from Whatnot to flip, and I've bought some things to keep. So, is it a platform that obviously is here to stay? Yes. I think it's a little bit of the wild, wild west over there. No one has sort of. Can you play music? No, you can't play music because you need permission. Well, you're not gonna. Are you gonna call up Bruce Springsteen and ask him, "Hey, can I play your?" Well, he's gonna charge you. Usually, I think it's BMI that controls a lot of that royalties. As far you got to get a hold of them and play licensing, and it gets complicated because when you're doing things, so there's copyright issues there. There's no as they're growing. Obviously they're going to learn from their mistakes, but the little guy is right now at a disadvantage because the bigger groups, the bigger following, the bigger people follow, Whatnot is helping them financially by cutting on fees, by paying for giveaways, and they're doing it for a reason. They're doing it because they have the bigger. They're putting their money where the money's going to be made. They're not gonna help a little guy that only has 300 followers. They want to help people that have, because if they help, let's say a guy that has 30,000 followers, and that guy can sell, let's say, even 10,000 a month, that guy's going to make $1,000 for Whatnot every month. And that's just a small. That's a small example. There's sellers out there doing $10,000 a show, and it's smart for Whatnot to do that, but again, they have an advantage over little sellers. Now I have about 1,100 people that follow me on Instagram, and about 4,500 here on YouTube, but it doesn't translate over to. I did a show with new clothes, shoes, sandals, name brand stuff, brand new on Saturday, and I did. My friend, oh, stay, you gotta, don't give up. I stayed on for an hour, and I sold $12. So honestly, the next day, I listed all the sandals that usually will sell on eBay for around $8 or $10. I was willing to sell them for $2 or $3. I even offered up mystery boxes, $50 mystery boxes, and just good, $12. So I tell you, it's tough. It's tough that when you're a hustler and can sell things and do things, that you just can't find those people. Maybe I don't have that look to be selling women's sandals and shoes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's you're trying to present. And I'll tell you what I did to try to get people. I posted on Instagram. I made a video, probably 2 or 3 postings. On YouTube, I did a video talking about it a day or two before. So on the traveling picker Patdees, I made a post. So it's not like I didn't try. And so the next day, this was Saturday, Easter weekend. Maybe Easter weekend, honestly, for me, for Amazon, eBay was slow too. Sunday, I decided to do DVDs. I showed about 100 DVDs, and I did $16, $2 DVDs. And, on it, everyone that bought was people that I knew. So, yeah, I appreciate those people supporting me, and because they don't need it. They don't need the stuff. and I'm grateful because I've supported a lot. I've bought a lot of. I've super chatted. I've bought a lot of stuff from people's auctions and from even whatnot to be supportive and stuff like that. But you gotta, if you want to do whatnot, you gotta network, or you gotta have a following. And I thought about this. I was gonna do a Disney pin. And as I was driving home, because what I'm doing the next 2 days is actually going to empty out the mess in the garage here, and take it over to our storage unit. I was working over in a storage unit today, and I need to move some stuff that I can sell cheap because I buy it by the bulk. I don't want to be in the storage business, but I need to sell some stuff, and I just gotta continue to network and do things. And when you got, let's say, 500 dresses, you're not going to sell them that fast, on eBay. So you got to find another avenue to sell them and unload that stuff. So the thing is, I was thinking about the Disney pins, and some people say, "Oh, this guy, they sell Disney pins. They've been doing it, and look how big." You got to remember, I never heard of Whatnot until probably 9 months ago. So if someone got on 2 years ago, I'm going to give an example. Let's say there was 20 people selling Disney pins on there. Now there may be 60. Look at any given time how many people are selling certain things. And it may be getting at certain things. It may be getting saturated. And the people that have the following and know how to do it and be... that's the thing too. You gotta be good at sourcing. You gotta buy that, because you gotta buy that stuff cheap. I looked at it like, even if you sold, you can't sell nothing for, people start out at $1. If you sell it at $1 and you're losing 55 cents because they're going to charge 30-cent fee, it's not worth it. You really want to start out at $3 because the fee will kill you. So then you got to make sure that if you sold it at 3 or 4, what did you pay for it? Now, I'm not against sometimes breaking even. I'm not, getting $3 for something that I have even after fees. If I break even, because then I use that cash to buy different inventory or other stuff, that's fine. But it doesn't make sense to lose, let's say, $200 a show. At that case, I'd be better off throwing them in a dumpster, or donating to Goodwill, donating to the Salvation Army. Let's be real here. How many times did I say I'm being conscientious because I know I can't edit this too, and doing from the iPad, so I'm going to straight upload this and go into the desktop and just add the commercial thing in my thumbnail. But yeah, so I was really disappointed because I put a lot of time. I set up in the, maybe my I was going to do something downstairs and then the computer went, but maybe my background wasn't the best as far as not being beautiful. I did it in the living room. But, at the end of the day, it was good, cheap products, and really couldn't get more than like 14 people in there. And then you try to get some interaction, and they're just not interacting. So I don't know. And I said this to my wife. I said, I bet you though, if I did something where I'll give out $500, and I was thinking about $500, that's a lot. Maybe give out $500, but give $100 to 5 different people that bought something during the show, because you can do that now too. That's changed. Before, people would just come for giveaways and never buy nothing. Somehow through the bots, or somehow someone would say, hey, there's a giveaway. Someone would be watching. There's a giveaway. Everybody just go over there, and there's, and it costs you money. But I bet you if I said, well, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a show where I give away $100, let's say, Amazon gift cards, I'd probably do good that night. It's got to make sense. Now, let's say, for example, if that show I did $2,000, and I have $700 into the stuff, $500, for the prize, another $200-300, for the fees. And let's say I still make $400 or $500 off. That would be okay. But So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I'm at and whatnot. I wish there was a way that smaller channels could network together. And I sort of had an idea that imagine if three smaller channels would do something one day where they would make a commitment, let's say on a Monday. All right, Patdees is going to go live at 7. And after I'm done, I would raid the next person at 8 o'clock. Boom. We're going to do Lisa's at 8 o'clock. Then Lisa and I'd be over there. Hello, thanks for coming over. Then at 8 o'clock, Lisa's going to be, okay, we're going to go over and raid Tony. Tony's going to go. So like if three channels got together and each picked an hour, Patdees at 7, Lisa at 8, and Tony at 9, and then we would transition into those and roll that over with the hope of basically networking and sort of doing, and there would be maybe that night we would kind of all, maybe that night I would say do DVDs, maybe Lisa would do antique glass, maybe Tony would do sports cards, for example. I wish there was a way that could be done, that we would all, at the end of the day, I don't need to do, and again, I'm just sharing my experience. So I hope this is, and I'm not trying to, sometimes people, oh, you're being negative. No, I'm just sharing my experience. I'm not trying to be negative. Yeah, do I wish I've done better? Am I upset that I didn't do that good? Yeah, I was a little upset. I mean, who wants to spend 2-3 hours setting up, doing things, and then have between the 2 days, 7 hours into it to do $28? And that's not even profit, because until you take, it's not worth it. So for me, like even with getting this rental that I'm going to do here, I'm probably, because our weather, I'm thinking about actually going up to our local flea market and setting up a table and selling. When I was offering the sandals at $2-3, offer them up there. The shirts at $2-3, toys at $10, and offer all that stuff up there, because there's no shipping. And there's not going to be no fee except for even if I was thinking renting a van I'll have about $150 into it for 2 days. But if I do $250 a day, $500 for the 2 days, that'll be pretty good. So that's where I'm at. I may do that, and I may set up my GoPro and record some and see how that does. And maybe I'll do the flea market. Maybe that'll be another avenue during the summer. I want to try to, in the next 6 to 9 months, raise about $5,000 to $8,000 for a down payment on a cargo van. So it's just nice to have your own van and the things that I want to do. So that's my feedback on my experience with Whatnot. If you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to put them in the comments below. Tell me what you think. I know, and patience sometimes is something I lack. I don't have 5 years to wait to build it up, and you need to turn stuff over, and I get it. So I'm listing every day on eBay, and that has helped. It's been a little slow this past week, I think, with Easter. I've noticed whenever the Super Bowl was or Easter Sunday, and you're trying to get into that groove, and sometimes days are discouraging, stuff like that. But I have too much to take care of myself, my family, responsibilities to just give up. Maybe Whatnot is not for me. I don't know. I'd be willing to try that experiment about doing like one night where we would get, other sellers and rate, and like maybe we do it that week, and then maybe we do a regular night. The following week, I go third, and then, and we help each other that way. I'm even willing at times, if I sell stuff I do giveaways and stuff like that. I don't mind breaking even. So that's fine. I want to move stuff, and I'm hoping that I can have some success even at a modest level on Whatnot. So, all right, guys, if you could do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. I got a lot of work to do the next 4 or 5 days. I got a dumpster coming in to clean up a fire that we had back in November. Going to empty out the garage, stuff a storage unit, planning to do the flea market, and I got to fix my computer on top of it, the desktop. I have the laptop, but I do appreciate your support. I do appreciate the people that do take the time because life is busy. I get it, and the people that do support me, comment, thumbs up, I appreciate it. I want to keep growing the channel too, but I have to get things organized and things better to have the doing these videos not be so much work that it like wow, I don't have sometimes like you're moving pallets and moving stuff, you just don't have time. So all right guys, have a good weekend.